Predators don't always hunt the weakest people. They hunt the kindest people, the most oblivious people who don't know that they are being seen as prey and hunted. If these 5 signs are showing up in your life, then someone may be preying on you. Sign number 1, your boundaries are constantly tested. Predators rarely begin with major violations. They begin with small ones. They ignore your no and push for immediate access to your time. They demand emotional labor and they expect instant responses. They may even become irritated when you prioritize yourself. Spiritually, predators often look for people whose compassion exceed their boundaries. Psychologically, they seek individuals who have been conditioned to people please, rescue, and avoid conflict. If you are the prey in this sort of dynamic, then you may notice that every time you assert yourself in an attempt to protect your peace, you feel guilty as if you're doing something wrong. Repeated boundary testing creates subconscious compliance. The more small yeses you give against your own instincts, the easier larger violations become. Sign number 2, they study your wounds more than they study your strengths. Healthy people learn your dreams. Predators learn your pain. Notice if someone becomes unusually interested in your loneliness, your family wounds, your relationship disappointments, your fears, or your insecurities. This type of information becomes leverage. Discernment requires noticing not only what people ask, but why and how. Within this sort of dynamic, you may notice that the conversation leaves you feeling emotionally exposed while knowing very little about them. Sign number 3, your intuition speaks before your mind even understands what's happening. One of the most overlooked signs of being preyed upon is bodily awareness. Your body often will respond before you understand what's happening. You may experience tightness in your chest, sudden fatigue, anxiety during or after the interaction, difficulty thinking clearly, and feeling watched, evaluated, or analyzed. Your nervous system often recognizes danger before your subconscious mind does. Many people ignore these signals because the person appears intellectual, charming, spiritual, attractive, influential, or successful. But notice how your body says no while your mind continues to search for a reason to say yes. Sign number 4, they isolate you from your own voice. Predators benefit when your internal voice becomes silent. The goal is to disconnect you from your internal guidance system, to disconnect you from your wisdom. They may often tell you that you're overthinking, you're too sensitive. Nobody else sees it. You misunderstood what was happening. And the most dangerous hook is the "you need me" hook. Over time, this creates confusion and dependency. Spiritually, discernment weakens when you stop trusting what you see, know, and feel. Psychologically, these manipulation tactics undermine your confidence and increase your reliance upon the other person. You may start to depend on them to think for you, as opposed to relying upon yourself. This can look like asking the person, "What do you think about this?" or "What do you think I should do? What would you say?" as opposed to going within and trusting yourself. And sign number 5, your light attracts both healing and hunting. Some people are targeted simply because they possess innocence, empathy, hope, forgiveness, spiritual sensitivity, generosity, and compassion. Predators seek people who naturally give second chances because these people have a tendency to not trust their own discernment. Being a loving person is not a sign of weakness. Being compassionate does not equate to vulnerability. The lesson in this message is not to become cold and hard. The lesson is to become more discerning and to listen to your inner compass, to listen to your body, and to trust yourself. You don't attract these types of people because you're weak. Everything is attracted to the light. The gift in learning to trust yourself is the ability and the foresight to see them coming and to completely avoid the experience within itself. Prey is not defined by weakness. Prey is often defined by unawareness. The moment you begin to trust your intuition, honor your boundaries, take actions for what they are, and ignore words entirely, and when you stop explaining your discomfort, you become far more difficult to manipulate. Again, the goal is not to become cold, hard, or paranoid. The goal is to trust your discernment, to strengthen your discernment, to strengthen your intuition, and to trust yourself. So I have a question for you. Have you ever ignored the red flags because you wanted to see the best in someone? Because you wanted to believe the fantasy? Because you wanted the fantasy to be real? If so, leave your comment below and let me know which sign resonated with you the most. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Your comments may help someone else to recognize a pattern in their own life. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more spiritual messages, more empowering messages, and more aligned messages on spirituality, spiritual warfare, human nature, and discernment.